Why are they screaming? You think they're scared of that? I would take that like a good omen, right? Look how pretty that is. It's like good luck.
Arkadaşlar burası bir dişçi. Gördüğünüz gibi sokakta amcaya diş yapıyor. When he was 20, he started this job. Oh.
Where you from?
Türkiye.
Anacağı dişi işte buradan seçiyor.
Street dentist.
Very good, huh?
When we're at the grocery store, we got options of breads. This goes up quick. See that? Bread's supposed to be squishy. It goes right up. You know what that means? It's not real bread. This is some real bread.
How you know that?
See how it stays down? Try another one. Let's try bimbo. Try bimbo. Look at how it goes up. It's like foam. We're eating foam. Plastic. Crazy, huh? Let's try the Wonder Bread. Whoa, crazy. This one stays down. This is real bread right here. Wonder Bread is real bread. Crazy, huh?
Dimensions. There are thousands of dimensions. The scientists keep talking about fifth dimension, sixth dimension. There are thousands. Many of these dimensions, there will only be a slight difference. And you're constantly going in and out of these other dimensions all the time. You don't notice it unless there's something that gets your attention. I had one woman who was a college student, and she said she came out of her dormitory one day, and there was a lot of construction going on right in front of the dormitory. They had the barriers up and the orange cones, and they were digging up the street. Well, the next morning she comes out of the dormitory, there's no sign of any construction at all. That's what I mean. Unless something happens to catch your attention, you're not even going to notice. You're constantly moving in and out of these. Another one might say, they see this beautiful tree on the block where they live in. The next day, there isn't any tree. We have crossed over just that little bit into the other dimension. It begins to show you reality is not at all what you think it is. Everything is energy. Everything is an illusion. I had one client that said she was out jogging and she saw an airplane coming in, and it was coming in through the treetops, big airliner. And she could see it coming in. She said, it's going to crash. She could see it about a block or so down. It's going to crash. And she turned around and ran back to the house, turned on the TV to see if there any news about an airplane crashing. Well, there wasn't. So part of what she wanted to have the session was about, what was that? They said she had crossed over into a dimension where there was an airport over there. And it didn't exist in her normal reality. But see, you don't stay there because it's not your reality here. You all know when you put something down, an object or something, your glasses or car keys, you go back, you can't find them. Then a little later you go back and they're there. They have gone into this other dimension and come back. When that happens to me, I always say, guys, put it back, I need it.
If you enjoy content like this, I put out several videos a week. It would be amazing if you hit the subscribe button and join me in the next video.
So I was in Castle Crag outside of Mount Shasta, and this thing lands at my feet. It's black, it's got big black eyes, it's got no arms and no legs, it's just like this black thing. Well, you're kind of cute. And when I said that, I was saying that in my head, and it kind of like glitched. And it was really fucking scary. It starts to unfold, and it brings out these black arms, and it goes like this, and it lands 20 feet away from me. It looks like a fucking duck. Black fucking triangles came out of the sides of it, and then it just levitated up into the trees, and I was just fucked off. I was like, oh my god, like what is that? My dog was a coyote husky, and she would let me know anything that was nearby. She had my back, but she did not wake up for this. She did not move, and that's what fucked me up. Takeaway, I believe it as an honor to have experienced that. I must be different. I was totally fucking sober when this happened. I do not do psychedelics. I smoke marijuana. And that doesn't happen.
This red slime is what you eat every day. Looks like a tomato, right? But it's actually a chemical cocktail disguised as an innocent sauce. Inside, you'll find refined sugar, high fructose corn syrup, citric acid from GMO mold, sodium benzoate, and artificial flavors designed to trick your brain and keep you craving more. The actual benefits of real tomatoes, mostly destroyed by industrial processing. What's left is an ultra-processed food, packed with sugar and synthetic ingredients that create addiction. Just 1 tablespoon has more sugar than a cookie and more salt than a serving of French fries. Between pesticides, dyes, and preservatives, this sauce is anything but natural. They made you believe it's harmless, but it drains your energy, drives inflammation, and makes you fat. Always check the ingredients because
ये नारियल हिलने लगा है। गुरुदेव नारियल हवा में उड़ चुका है।
हर चीज का एक समय होता है।
नहीं इस समय में ये स्टूडियो में भी लाइव
Yeah, you can see that string.
ये आपकी तरह ऊपर नीचे जो आपको चलाता है ऐसे पकड़ के लगा दिया और यहाँ देखिए यहीं पे रोकूंगा हवा में यहीं स्टॉप एकदम रुक जाइए झूल जाइए प्रश्नों का उत्तर भी देगा ये क्या बात है।
So this is frozen log of toilet paper.
That's why it's vibrating like that.
I know a lot of people want to know, how did you get so knowledgeable? I'm not knowledgeable. When you hear me talk, it don't be me. I mean, because I'm not the body. So the forces inside of me been here kind of like a long time. You know when you breathe, you're not breathing air. Do you know what you breathe when you breathe?
What's the answer?
You breathe consciousness. I'm mama, like every code, everything that been in firmament is still here. And every time you breathe, you kind of like soak it in. I'm going to tell you how I know. Hold your breath. Stop breathing. First thing you're going to lose is your consciousness. So first thing you're going to lose the information, but your heart and all that stuff still going to be good. You're going to breathe. Everything going to be good. But the problem is you're not going to have consciousness. Because what you breathe is the consciousness.
The Muslims do not realize that Allah is connected to the planet Saturn. This is why Mecca has a black square. Mecca is called the Kaaba or the Kaaba. And this is why today we have streets in England called Kaaba stone streets, little black squares, the Kaaba. or you graduate from university with the black square, the Kaaba. It's a black square. That's a symbol for the planet Saturn. Many people do not know what we call today the Star of David. The two triangles interlace becomes a hexagram. The ancient people said they were putting the hex on you. What we call the Star of David in history books, you can go and read it in the library, is called the Star of Saturn. This is why Jews still today go to a temple on Saturn's day. And it's a fascinating story about how Saturn was referred to as El. And today we even have people who are worshiping the planet Saturn in religion and don't even realize it. We are called elders. You're one of the elites. Well, how did you get to be an elite or an elder? Well, you got elected. How did you get elected? Well, it's all of these words and terms mean something, and they have a definite occult or hidden religious significance to words.
3, 2, press it all the way out on one. Find your challenge point, hold it here. We bring it in to...
It is 2:30 in the morning. I don't got time for this. I'm outside of a gate gas station. And there, bro. Oh my God, bro.
There is a natural nuclear reactor that's been discovered in Africa. And the way it was discovered was a French mining site where they were mining uranium. And the uranium was shipped back to France and it's analyzed isotopically. So the only explanation that they could come up with that a nuclear reactor must have formed naturally and operated for many thousands of years, burning away all of this uranium-235 until it was gone. And when I hear this statement, to me, it sounds as ridiculous as you walk throughout the desert and you find a perfectly formed Mercedes-Benz that formed there naturally. So that's the same, degree of ridiculousness. So to me, it's far easier to believe that, what we found was a remnant of an ancient, nuclear power plant. It's less a stretch to assume that there was a civilization who, mastered nuclear power and exploited it and now gone, than, just saying, well, it occurred naturally.
It took me 30 years to figure out that mathematics is created by consciousness, and therefore I cannot explain consciousness with mathematics. How can you explain consciousness with math when it's consciousness that created math? When can you explain free will with something that doesn't have free will? You see, it's foolish to think that, that you can explain, more with less. But science doesn't want to go there. Why? Scientism doesn't want to go there. Why? Because you lose your power. Because if I know the equations, I know more than you. And that's not acceptable. Their safety is in the prediction of the future. Their sense of power is in prediction of the future. You cannot predict the future because it's based on free will.
What? Why would that be there?
Yeah, it is. It's a shadow because it's going through the clouds. That is so weird. That is so cool. I've never seen that. The sun must be just the perfect.
I come to wash the brushes out. We want to wash this. We want to use this.
No. We
to
can't
wash.
let you guys use this.
Why? What's that meat right there for? This what you serve people?
No.
You cook that for people?
No, we wash it.
Y'all wash the meat in there? Well, that's dirt. That sink is dirtier than the It's dirtier than the meat. It's gonna be dirtier than if you wash it. This is outside, man. People come out there and piss and shit in that sink.
Oh man.
That's not sanitary, man. I'm gonna call code enforcement. Anybody know what she's saying? Let me know. I'm finna wash my brushes. But why is the meat sitting in that nasty sink though? Oh yeah, y'all is, cause I know that's what y'all got noodles right there. Y'all got the meat on the floor in here. You can't do that, man. Let me hold that hose. I need to clean up. We did y'all parking lot. I'll sue you, cause y'all not right. That's not right. Give me the hose, man. Give me the hose. My boss said, give me the hose. I need to clean this. I need to clean this. We did y'all parking lot. He said I could use this hose anytime. Man, give me the damn hose, bro. Give me the hose, please. Give me the hose. Gracias. Soy sauce and bag. Hose. The hose. Let me use it. I come to use it. Yeah, I need to use it to get this stuff off before it's bad. Take that meat to the dumpster. Ma'am, why is you putting that meat? You gonna serve that meat to people. You need to take that to the dumpster right there. You need to take that meat and throw it away. Oh, you cooking that for people? Okay. I'm gonna show y'all where we at, y'all. We right here. Uncle Poop, we live. I got my partner with me. We right here at the damn List Chinese Kitchen. It's in Newport Richie. Do not come here and eat. They is nasty as fuck. Y'all just seen that, right? Y'all call code enforcement and everything, cause they going down. We gonna shut this place down. They don't want to let me use the hose. They going down. You either pay me or I'm gonna put this video online. I'm not blackmailing you. I'm just saying. I don't want no food. That's not gonna happen. Okay? I want to use the hose. Can I use the hose? The people on the way. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, mommy. Now, I might not put this video online now. Thank you.
More drones. Supposedly. Oh.
%60 of all pork is produced by one company in the U.S., and that is 100% owned by the Chinese. 4 companies control over 80% of the meat industry in the United States. More than 10,000 different additives are allowed in the U.S. food supply. 99% of chicken, 95% of hogs, 78% of cattle in the U.S. are raised in confinement buildings or feedlots. Means they're not moving around freely. 80% of the antibiotics consumed in the U.S. are fed to animals. Here's a stat. In 2016, 18.4 million pounds of antibiotics were sold for livestock. And that's what you're eating. Suicide rates amongst farmers are the highest than any other profession, and that includes veterans, believe it or not. I found that alarming.
I go, I'm gonna do a hypnosis on you. He was 17 years old, didn't really know anything about it at all. So I guided him into 3 past lives. He was a leper. It was interesting because he was walking, and I'm guiding him. He goes, I'm walking, and there's a bell on my hand. Bell. Why is there a bell? We realized the bell was signaling to the tribe that there was a leper coming. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. And we're kind of putting the pieces together. We have no idea. We're kind of 2 kids doing this. The next life he goes into, he's an astronomer, French astronomer. The church throws him in this sewage pit and he dies. And he actually spoke, which was interesting. And then the next life, he's this, he's just a normal Texan guy in the 1950s, driving down a road on a bridge, ends up driving off the bridge, kills himself, because he was drinking. And it was just random, these random lives. So that was my first time ever doing it. And I was like, wait a second, what is this?
Is that a workout?
If I have to eat maggots, it'll be done. And I have a fry pan that, what I'll do is I'll cook a steak in here, and instead of cleaning it when I'm done, I just throw it in the freezer. What this does, then you simply heat it up again. You don't have to wash it, and I used to leave it on the stovetop without putting it in the freezer, and it was infested with maggots, which I ate them. So
The Caucasian race seem to live a little longer than black men. Black,
because they don't eat gluten. Oh, that's the poison. They hide it in the food. There's a lot of people don't know, right? Because like if you look up, like they don't tell you this. They say, oh, diabetes, cancer, AIDS, all them diseases I told you before. Yeah. Guess what the cause of them is? All of them, gluten. And guess what it's in? Everything we love. But let me tell you how it happened, right? A lot of people know what happened. This is how it happened. See, back in the days when you was poor, they had something called WIC. They come in your house, they give you a grocery list, and you had to get only the foods on this list. Just so happened all them fucking foods was all the gluten.
Government
and now when you go to the store, that's all we want to buy. So now they don't got to give you that list no more, but they trained you first. They gave you the list to buy everything. And then they gave you the food stamps. So now when you got the food stamps, you trained to go to the same shit you already been picking. Damn. That's how they get you. And then you gave it to the kids, and the kids gave it to their kids, and now everybody like gluten. And then everybody got high blood pressure, they died.
How powerful was Jay-Z when you were doing business with him? Was he already a power player where if he wanted to ruin someone's life or make somebody a star, he could do it?
Yeah, I think me and Rihanna came out the same year, so he definitely did that, you know. But Jay-Z was, I'd like to talk about Kanye more because I think he was very important to the rise of Jay-Z, you know, and he made that all. He added the creativity to that whole thing, you know, and I think they don't give him enough respect and dues. But yes, Jay-Z was more of a businessman.
You interacted with both of them, right? You had, you know,
yeah, and Kanye was always the artistic one,
creative side.
Yeah, he's the creative one, and I connected with that. And Jay-Z obviously had the clout and the reputation, but I saw that they both represented two different dynamics, which the world wasn't
privy to yet.
Yes, but I already knew that back then, and I was like, oh, that's interesting, that's happening. Again, it's the same thing, you know, everything.
Could you fast forward then, knowing now Jay's got the kind of clout that he has, and Kanye is being criticized, and he's lost a lot of wealth the last few years? Could you have predicted this?
Well, I think the interesting thing was they made that record, Watch the Throne, and one person was going to get the throne, you know, and that was already set, like they were fighting for that throne. Or one of them was talking about the throne of God, you know, or you didn't know what kind of throne it was, whether it was the throne of Satan or the throne of God or whatever, you know, or whether they were two kings duking it out over this throne. I think that was a very, you know, that was the moment that kind of thing happened. And if you look at politically, the Jay-Z supported Obama and Kanye supported Trump, and so they were sort of vying for this. You know, that was also quite a telling.
Who is now retired, did say that they were informed of, nearly 13 types of beings. And in the biblical stories, they talk about Satan being in charge of a rebellion, being cast down to earth. Well, I think it's that he was in this parallel universe at a higher energy level. He was cast down with some of these cohorts, and they made these beings to build a lie, a deception for the people of Earth. And that deception was that, okay, little grays, Nordics, all these kind here are invading us and abducting us. Then Satan is going to come in with his crew that look just like us, are friendly, and will deliver us from these nasty little aliens. That way, the satanic ones, who appear to be good and friendly, can help us set up a world government. And then he can take over the planet with his man who's going to be the human Antichrist, which the Messiah, Yeshua, Jesus in the Greek, will land with his troops and have battle with Satan and his minions who have executed this great deception to the people of earth, and will defeat them. And that's the biblical narrative on that, but certainly what I witnessed and what I was told by my security team do fit that perfectly. So my advice to people who see good guys coming from the skies, like in the movie or the series V, where they come and help mankind and give them all kinds of gifts in return for seawater and junk, that kind of a scenario will be played out. So the first landing, the first official disclosure will not be of the friendlies, the good guys. They'll be deceptive, just like in that movie V, and they will defeat and remove all the bad guys, the Greys and whatever, that were abducting people. And the people of Earth will be very happy. And not only will they defeat those, they will take out of power the people that are called the Illuminati or the Deep State. They're going to chew them up and spit them out, and sad for them, but this is part of the deception where they will convince even the right wing, people like myself, if we're not aware, that they have come in and cleaned house and got rid of all the evildoers, and they're the good guys. It will be a clean sweep of the house, and for those who aren't schooled in what's going on in this deception, they will fall prey to supporting a new global world order.
Oh. Oh, man. Oh, swallow it.
Did you know that your company might be playing white noise in order to distract and calm you if you work in an office setting? Allow me to show you. So, when I say office setting, I mean something like this. Now, if you pay close attention, there are a bunch of these speakers in this office. It's like every other ceiling tile. And to some people, it might sound like the air coming from the vent. But check this out. So up here, there's a couple of wires, a couple of Cat 5 cables, and this is the speaker, as you can see. Now, if you listen closely, you hear a static sound, right? Sounds like air coming from a vent, but it's literally a speaker. Now, if we go over to this side and I unplug this cable, silence. Back on. Silence.
You also believe water is a scam?
Yeah, I mean, water's a solvent, so it's dissolving your body. The fact that people say it's hydrating your cells is crap. It's not a carbohydrate. It's not a fat. It's not a protein. It's literally a solvent. If you put any type of material in water, it dissolves it. That's what it's doing to your body. Bruh. And same thing with water weight, and you're drinking all this water and bloating. There's actually no benefit to it. If you want to hydrate, you have fats, you have juices, you have something that your cells can actually utilize. And this is probably the craziest thing ever. I've been saying this for 3 years, everyone on the internet. Like, if you actually look behind it and you think logically about it, water does not hydrate you. It dehydrates you. And I know it sounds crazy, and we can dive more in the topic later, but that's how I feel about
So you don't
water.
drink any water?
For the most part, no, I don't really need to. Maybe I'll have a sip here and there. Maybe, I mean, water is in raw meat. When you cook meat, what happens? Steam comes off of it.
Right.
So that's H2O right there. That's hydration going into your body if you eat raw meat. But if you're eating a bunch of cooked food and all this, you're going to get thirsty, and it's just an addiction. You look at the healthiest tribes in the world, they don't drink water. Even the Maasai tribe in Africa, they don't really have water. Actually, what they do is they take roots out of the ground and they suck on them.
I've seen that, yeah.
What? That's dope.
But wait, billions of people, literally billions of people had the COVID virus. Over 1 billion got the spike protein vaccine. So that's like, we're talking like a huge percentage of the Earth's population, unless I'm missing something.
Now you understand what keeps me awake at night. And it's kept me awake at night for 2 years, 2.5 years. And that's why I sort of abandoned everything just to focus on how do we clear the virus. Because the answer is to clear the virus.
From the body.
From the body. The answer is to stop the inflammation because it's chronic inflammation.
So can I ask a dumb question? How long does the virus remain in the human body? If not,
so far we found 3 years, 4 years.
Is there any reason to believe it'll naturally go away?
Not if your body's immunosuppressed. So it's a circle.
You'll never catch me nowhere near something like this.